Hello and welcome to In Case You Missed It, what happened in healthcare this week. So we have a new updated version of the COVID-19 vaccine. Robert F. Kennedy and his staff have approved this for use for people over the age of 65 and those with health conditions. So this is quite the change from how we currently see it. No real impact is going to be seen here in the fall as we ramp up what some would call COVID season. So we're not going to see a lot of changes in the fall, but changes are coming in 2026 with the FDA not recognizing the shot as being something that healthy people under the age of 65 should take. Start over. Onto the CDC, where the former director, Susan Monterez, only a month or so into her job, was unceremoniously let go, many believe for political reasons, and now four of the top officials of the CDC are following her out the door voluntarily, citing political pressures, mostly related to vaccine usage. Sticking with the CDC, we're seeing a lot of the grants that were cut under President Trump recently made sweeping changes and sweeping cuts to CDC grant funding to many states, actually all states. And what we're seeing is a very interesting political twist here. Of the blue states that had the most grants cut, they are all suing the federal government and winning and having these grants restored or reinstated, while red states in lockstep with Trump are not suing and they're not having their grants reinstated. So in blue states, we're seeing nearly 80% of CDC grants reinstated, whereas red states, you're only seeing on average about 5% reinstated. So very interesting political play there and what's happening. For example, in California, we had 25 grants cut. We sued the federal government and we've had all 25 restored. Whereas in Texas, they had 32 grants cut and only 2 have been restored. In other news, healthcare giants are pressing Congress hard for legislation to extend the ACA subsidies. The expansion of the subsidies, which per the One Big Beautiful Bill Act are being slashed back to the original amounts, the pre-Biden era subsidy amounts. This is going to cause up to a 75% increase for some people on the individual marketplace exchanges. This is going to be issue number 1A. We've talked about it a bunch, and now the healthcare giants are getting into it because they want these subsidies to be reapproved, of course, so that people can buy their health insurance plans. But we are seeing those guys get into the fight, step into the fray. So that should be interesting to see where that goes. In a win for consumers, we've got MVP Healthcare, mental health company based out of New York, ordered to pay $250,000 after an attorney general's report found that about 86% of the providers in their in-network provider group were no longer in the provider group. These are called ghost providers or ghost networks. You've all experienced this when you log into an insurance company's website. You see hundreds of providers. You call a number of them up and they tell you they haven't been in that network for years. That's called a ghost provider, which insurance companies are famous, or should I say infamous, for keeping terminated contracts in that portal so that it looks like they have larger populations of mental health providers. So a win for the consumer. See y'all next week.